Okay, so today we'll learn about adjectives. We have already learned what is a noun. Okay, what are nouns? Name, place, thing, animal, or an idea. These are nouns. Okay, now what are adjectives? Adjectives are words that describe a noun or give us more information about the noun. Okay, means adjectives ऐसे शब्द हैं जो नाउन को डिस्क्राइब करते हैं या फिर उनके बारे में, उस नाउन के बारे में और ज्यादा इंफॉर्मेशन और ज्यादा जानकारी प्रोवाइड करते हैं. Okay, for example, I have this marker with me. Okay, now how would we describe this marker? Okay, we can describe it by its color. What's the color of this marker? Blue. All right, so it's a blue marker. Okay, so this word blue, this is an adjective. We can also describe this marker by its cost. Maybe this marker is expensive. All right, so it's an expensive marker, right? So this word expensive, this is an adjective. What is this word telling us? What are these words? This blue word, it's a color, it's telling about the color of the marker. Okay, so it's basically describing the marker. And this word expensive, it's telling us about the cost, the market value of the marker. The marker is expensive. So it's providing us with more information about the marker. So this is also an adjective. Okay, now how do you describe a person? A person can be smart, very smart. So the word smart, that is also an adjective. All right. So we'll look at some examples of some adjectives, some common adjectives. We have, as we discussed, blue or maybe red, black. Basically, all the colors. Okay? All the colors in the world, they are all adjectives. Alright? And then we have quality or nature of a person. So we can say good, kind, right? And maybe noble. A person can be noble, okay? And maybe we can describe them by their height or body shape, like tall, short, thin. Alright, cool. So these are some examples of the most common adjectives. Think about more words that you can use to describe someone, any noun, a thing, a person, an animal, a cat. Cat can, how are cats? What do you want to say about a cat? Like some people find them cute, many people find cats cute. So the word cute cat, it's a cute cat. The word cute is an adjective. Okay? Some people don't like cats, so they can use a different word to describe a cat. Maybe they find cats dangerous. Maybe. Okay? So the word dangerous, that's also an adjective. Alright? Now, moving on. Now that we have learned what are adjectives, we will learn about the different degrees. Okay, so we've got adjective here, and then we've got comparative and superlative. Okay, now we've already learned about adjectives. Okay, now adjectives, they have two more degrees. One is comparative and the other one is superlative. Okay, now what is a comparative degree? A comparative degree is a word that is used to describe a noun when we compare one noun with the other noun. Okay? Now I'll give you an example, you'll understand in a better manner. Okay? First understand this, that when you have to compare two nouns with each other, then we use comparative adjectives. Okay? Superlative degree, in superlative degree, we compare one noun with two or more other nouns. Okay? Now we'll look at some example. For example, we have three people. Okay? We've got Rahul, we've got Raj, and then we have Rohan. Okay? These are the three people. Okay, alright. We have got Rahul, person A, person B Raj, and person C Rohan. Okay? Now look at my not very good illustration of these people. Okay? So now we can compare these people with so many things. We can describe these people with different words. For example, the first thing that we can see here are maybe their height. Okay, so let's say we have to speak in terms of their height, how tall they are. So let's say Rahul is tall. Okay, Rahul is tall. Rahul is like 5'6" or 5'7". So Rahul is tall enough. Okay, so we can say Rahul is tall. Okay, now comparative, as I said, comparative degree, comparative adjectives are the words that we use when we have to compare the noun with another noun. Okay? Now, how do we compare? You can see that Raj is taller. Okay? Raj is taller than Rahul. Okay? Raj is taller than Rahul. Okay, so we are comparing Raj with Rahul in terms of their height. Okay, now superlative degree, we use superlative degree when we compare one noun with two or more nouns. Okay, two or more nouns to the lowest or the highest degree. Okay, means या तो सबसे ऊपर या तो सबसे नीचे. Okay, so when we use superlative degree, whenever we use superlative degree, that means that there is no comparison of this noun. Okay, no comparison of this noun for whichever noun that we are using. Compare superlative degree, that means that उस noun का कोई और comparison है ही नहीं, या तो वो बहुत सबसे ऊपर point पे है या तो वो सबसे नीचे point पे है. Okay, so in case of this tall adjective, if we have to use the superlative degree for Rohan, we will say that Rohan is the tallest. The tallest. We are comparing these three people. Okay, we are comparing these three people. So we are comparing Rohan with Raj and Rahul. Among these three people, Rohan is the tallest. Okay, now as you can see, the comparative degree, the comparative adjective, they usually end with ER. All you need to do is add this ER after the primary adjective. Okay, the positive degree. Okay, and then add another word, than, who you are comparing this with. Okay, so you are comparing Raj with Rahul, so we say Raj is taller than Rahul. Okay, now when we use superlative degree, always use the. Okay, always use the. And generally the superlative degree ends with est. Okay, so Rohan is the tallest among these three. Got it? Okay. Now I said generally. Okay, generally the comparative degree, the comparative adjectives, they end with er followed by than. and the superlative adjectives, they end with est. Okay? Why I said generally is because there are some comparative adjectives and some superlative adjectives where we use different words to compare. Okay? We'll look at those words. Okay? Now, let's look at some examples. Tall, taller than, the tallest, as we were looking earlier. Okay? Now, the next adjective is kind. A person could be kind. Suppose a person is kind in nature. Okay? So, if we have to compare the other person in terms of kindness, we will say the other person, the person B, is kinder than person A. Then the third person maybe is at the top, सबसे ज़्यादा kind. Okay? So the person C is the kindest. Okay? Next we'll come at size. Okay? When in terms of size we can say big or small, big or small. So in comparative it will be bigger than person A or smaller than person A. Okay? When we come to person C, the person will use superlative degree. So the person C is the biggest among all these three. Okay? Person A, B, C. Person C is the biggest. सबसे बड़ा. Okay? Or it could be सबसे छोटा, the smallest. Got it? Okay. Next, as I was saying, we use some other words sometimes in comparative and superlative. So those words are more and most. Okay? For comparative we use more, for superlative we use most. Okay? So if in terms of we talk in terms of their beauty, we can say person A is beautiful. Now maybe person B is more beautiful. Okay? ज़्यादा खूबसूरत है. So we say more beautiful. Person B is more beautiful than person A. In superlative degree we'll use most, the most beautiful. Okay, so person C is the most beautiful among person A, B and C. Remember, superlative degree is never a comparison between only two. It's a comparison between two or more nouns. Okay? Now, next, polite. A person can be polite. Suppose a person A is polite. Now person B उससे ज़्यादा polite है. So we use person B is more polite than person A. Okay? In the superlative degree we'll use most, the most polite. Person C is the most polite person. Okay? Got it? Okay. Now there are some irregular comparative and superlative. We call them irregular because they do not use the standard forms of words. Okay? The standard forms are either comparative, for comparative the word ends with er or we use more. For superlative the word ends with est or we use most. But these irregular verbs, they do not use these forms. For example, good, the comparative for good is better. Okay? And the superlative would be, the superlative degree is the best. So, अगर एक चीज दूसरे चीज से ज़्यादा अच्छी है, बेहतर है, then we use better. Okay? This A, B, C. We'll write it here, A, B, C. Okay? So, this noun, the noun B is better than noun A. Okay? Now in superlative, the third noun, maybe ये सबसे ज़्यादा अच्छा है. So we can use that the noun C is the best among these three, among A, B, C. Okay? The next word is bad. The comparative for bad is worse. Okay? And the superlative would be the worst. Alright? कोई चीज बुरी है. Okay? Now उससे ज़्यादा कोई बुरी चीज है तो जो B चीज, जो noun B है, we can use that noun B. You can say noun B is worse than noun A. ये नाउन भी ए से भी ज्यादा बुरी है. ओके, नाउ कमिंग टू द नाउन सी. अब हो सकता है सबसे ज्यादा बुरी कोई चीज है, मतलब उसका और कोई कंपैरिजन नहीं है बुराई के मामले में. ओके, इन टर्म्स ऑफ बीइंग बैड. ओके, नाउन सी इज द वर्स्ट. ओके, next word is far. Talking in terms of distance. कोई चीज बहुत दूर है. Okay, in terms of distance, being far. The comparative for far is farther or further. Okay, either farther or further. Both are fine. Farther or further. Okay. In superlative, it's farthest or furthest. The farthest or the furthest. Okay, got it? Remember again, always use the for superlatives. Always. Okay? Are we clear? Alright.